Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title, today's video is testing out a whole bunch of like random and kind of weird beauty hacks. Now, if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And please don't forget, I do upload twice a week, so make sure to subscribe because that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first one is probably the most like tame, and it is the Scotch tape trick, which I don't love it because I think a really harsh line isn't desirable, but that's just me. But it's not something I've really done a lot of, so I figured why not test it out. First thing I will say, make sure to like put on and take off the tape a few times so that when you're peeling it off your skin, you're not like ripping the skin out of your face. But you want to follow where the lower lash line would go, basically a little bit under where you would put a wing. And once that's on, we're going to do that on both sides. And I'm just going to go throw some shadow on, and I will be right back for the peel off and all that stuff. But I will be using the Blood Sugar palette today. It is back in stock. I know they have it on Jeffree Star's website and on Beautylish. I did do a tutorial with this, which I will link down below. I am loving this palette, but I didn't want to use it while it was unavailable. So now that it's available, I will be using this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just threw on a quick, this is not quick, this was a lot of blending, but I just threw on an eye look and some lashes. I'm done up top. Let's peel the tape and keep going. All right, so this little line right here is kind of why I don't love doing this technique, because I don't love this harsh line, but I will blend that away a little bit when we do the lower lash line. So, item number 2, I have been hearing from makeup artists forever that one of the best primers you can use for your face is the Monistat Complete Care Chafing Relief Powder Gel. Now, this is a dimethicone-based gel that kind of gives a powder finish. I have never tried this on my face before, but I'm excited to, I guess. So let's take a little bit and prime the face with some Monistat. So that is definitely a really weird texture. It is like a powdery, slick finish, but it definitely, I feel like my pores are blurred a little bit. So I'm gonna go right in with foundation. Today I'm gonna be using a stick foundation because I find that with a silicone-based primer, they just lay really nicely on top of the skin. This is the Hourglass Vanish Stick. And I'm gonna blend that in with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation just because this is a little bit drying, and when you combine it with Luminous, it becomes the perfect satin finish. So right off the bat, it is not slipping and sliding with the foundation. It is definitely holding everything in place nicely. My pores are very minimized and very canceled. Now I'm looking a little bit on the white side, so I'm gonna give this a minute because I know that this foundation does oxidize a little bit. So as I kind of sit, it will come back down a little bit to my actual shade. And I'm just going to finish up the face makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay, so first issue, I did go to contour my nose a little bit, and normally I don't have an issue with this foundation, but it pulled all of the powder right off my nose, which doesn't really happen often. So I guess this is great for like pore refining, but I'm not gonna say that the Monistat as a primer is great for everything else, because this is not a problem I generally have with this combination of foundations. I normally like how it works, and right now, I'm not feeling it. So I'm gonna go quickly fix up my nose, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did just finish up the eyes as well, because I didn't really have any hacks for that, but I am going to finish up the lips and the highlight. Now, the highlight, as you know, is one of, if not my favorite part of makeup overall, like no exceptions. So, where's my brushes? So I'm gonna be doing a trick that I haven't actually tried yet, and it is, the first one is going to be Applying highlighter to a wet face. Now, I will wet my brush sometimes to intensify, but I never try and dust highlighter onto a face that's wet, but supposedly it is like 10 times as vibrant and awesome. Amanda Ensing, I'll link her video down below, went on a whole video about how to get the most blinding highlight, and really the trick was using an oil or a setting spray to intensify. So I'm going to set down the face with a little bit of my Morphe Prep and Set, and then let's layer some highlighter. So the skin is good and saturated and nice and glossy. I'm gonna be using Moon Tears, yes, Moon Tears, the new loose Wet n Wild highlighter from the Goth collection. It is just such a beautiful highlighter. So I'm gonna swatch it first, just so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. So right here, we're just gonna put that on there. It's very pretty. It's actually very natural, so I don't know if you can see that, but it's very pretty. Now let's try it on the cheekbones, wet. So it is grabbing a little bit, but it is gorgeous. Like the color on this, it's very pretty, but I don't like you see how it's grabbing? It's not really blending that well. Not something I think I like. I like when my glow is blinding, but still blended. I like when it goes kind of where I want it to. So I'm gonna call that a tip that I don't like. I'm just going to layer that up a little bit and make it look a little bit better. Once it's blended in, it does look really nice and really blinding, so I'm not disliking it, but I am going to, as always, layer. So all month I have been loving the Anastasia Amrezy, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that and just dust it over. Oh, that's stunning. Okay, yep, I'm there. Sold. Okay, and the last hack, everybody always says to use a matching lip liner or one that's a little bit darker. I actually recently heard somebody say to use one that's a little lighter, and somehow that's gonna like line the lips and make it look a little extra pouty. I don't know, I'm gonna try it, but I'm gonna say right now I am a little on the skeptical side. So I'm gonna take the Vintage by NYX. This is the Suede Matte Lip Liner, and I'm just going to line my lips quickly. Okay, and I also overlined the bottom lip a little more than I normally do because apparently that's part of this lighter shade. So obviously this is not a light lip liner, which means I'm going in with a very dark lip. This is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Video Vixen, which is very dark. And I'm gonna take that and layer that up. Okay, so the lipstick was really patchy and really difficult to get, like, looking good. So I did take my Pro Matte Infallible from L'Oreal in the shade Rosebud and went over it. It is not perfect, but yeah, I'm not liking this little lighter liner thing. It doesn't look horrible on the bottom of the lip, but up top, I am not a fan. I will prefer to use my deep matching liner because it just gives the little bit more dimension to the lip. And that's the finished video and look. I hope you enjoyed these, like, weird beauty hacks. I mean, probably not going to use this on my face ever again. Not a fan. Wet highlighter, not going to do it. I don't hate the way the eye makeup looks. Like, it's a little harsher than I would like, but I guess that's part of doing this look. I feel like I would have preferred it to be a little bit more diffused on both sides, but some people like that harsh line. I just don't. So basically none of the things I used I'm going to ever do again. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Bye.